Welcome back. The world is split in two categories of photographers. Those who are obsessed about ways of transporting gear, meaning bags, backpacks and all that, and those who lie about it. I don't lie about it, I am part of the first category, and that's why a few months ago I got myself this little hiking photography backpack called Lowepro Flipside Track BP 450 AW. It's a long name, but let's just start with the manufacturer. Lowepro has been making bags and backpacks for years now, and it's a well-known brand in the photography industry. And the naming of this backpack tells us already a few important things about this backpack. So let's start with the naming first, and then we're going to go into the details. Now, Flipside. Flipside is probably the main selling point of this backpack, at least in the manufacturer's mind, because it's a way of being able to access your camera gear without removing the backpack from your shoulders. I'm going to show you later how that works, but keep that in mind. One of the main selling point is this kind of mechanism, which is clever, but has its own quirks, and we'll talk about it later. Trek means that it's designed for hiking, trekking, for walking with it, and so it is made for the outdoors and for being comfortable. BP, I guess, means for backpack, I would assume. 450 is the size. I don't think it means 45 liters. I haven't checked, to be honest. But this is the biggest of its line. They have also the 250 and 350, which follow the same design concept, but they're smaller with a small number. And AW means that all weather. So it's a backpack that you can use without problems in all weather conditions. Now, the build quality is really good. I abused this backpack, without any respect in the last months. I don't even remember how many months. I'm pretty sure it's more than 6. And it's held up really well. It doesn't have scratches. It doesn't have any particular issue on the outside. The fabric on the outside is really, really good. It's sturdy, it's durable. I really like it. I also like the color, but that's like personal. It doesn't really matter. There's a lot of latching points. As you see, I have carabiners here. Here you can attach a lot of stuff here in the front. You have this mechanism over here, and even in the down below. And there's a lot of other, like there's pockets here, side pockets, and all of that. And you can definitely get the most out of this bag with ease. There's no real problems. The only issue I've had with the build quality of this product is that the Velcro on the inside of the, let me show you. The Velcro on the inside of the photography section, so the Velcro for the dividers, this Velcro over here, is so strong that it has damaged the inside of the fabric. I hope you can see it over here. It's so strong that it cut it. Now, again, not a big deal. It's on the inside. You don't really see that. And I mean, again, I have abused about it. So to be honest, no real complaints about it. When I said all weather, I forgot to tell you that all weather means also that you are given the rain cover included in the backpack. It's easy to remove, not to remove. It's easy to take out. It's on the top of the backpack in this little pocket over here. You just take it out. It's you cannot remove it, so you don't lose it. I guess that's the idea behind it. And then you put it back when you don't need it. It's clever, and I think every backpack should have it, even though not all the backpacks do. So let's get to the meat of this review. What I can fit inside this bag, because as we all know, this is not a secondary thing. It's actually one of the most important things when we look at ways of transporting our gear. So I could fit, as you've seen before, the photography side is pretty spacious. Now, mind you, I use Fuji film mirrorless stuff, so it's not huge gear, but I could fit 2 cameras with 5 lenses, one of which is the 72-300, plus all of my drone gear with filters and controller and what else? Spare propellers, a lot of stuff. The photography portion is very modular. You can move pretty much everything. The only thing that I don't like too much is that you have this central divider that you have to live with it. I would have loved for this to be a little bit different. I don't even know how, but I would have loved for it to be different because sometimes you need symmetric stuff. But again, you adjust to it. I was also fitting the microphone and all of that, so you can fit a lot of stuff into the photography area of the backpack. And as you've seen, it's backdoor access, so there's no way someone's gonna steal it. And it's also made well. You don't feel the gear on your back unless you're using huge gear that goes beyond the shape of it. But that would be stupid. I mean, why would you do that? You know that it's gonna create problems. In the side pockets. Oh no! Before we go to the side pockets, there's one clever thing that Lowepro does. You see these 1 and 2 here. You can open that and put important stuff that you want to make sure it's small and you don't want to lose it. You just open these. Then there's Velcro. You close it and you're not gonna lose it. This is clever because we all know sometimes we have small stuff that goes all over the place and you just lose it. On the back of the photography portion, you have these 3 separated transparent mesh compartment where you can put your SD cards, which is perfect for me because Fuji uses SDs and those fit there really well. On the side pockets, you could fit the tripod on one side, the water bottle on the other side with another mini tripod that I use for vlogging and my hiking poles. There's a lot of room on the 2 sides. On top of that, you also have in the waist belt, you have pockets like this that can fit a lot of stuff, but not your phone. You have 2 of these, but those are not big enough for modern phones, which are huge. Kind of complain there, but you have no choice. Also, you have a top section over here where you have a meshed pocket with something like that. You can attach keys, or what I do, I always leave there my wrench for fastening tripod mounts or stuff like that, because you don't want to lose it. It's small, it goes all over the place, and there's quite some room in it. I mean, you can fit something. Now I'm gonna give you the details in just a second. And also you have a front pocket here. Now let's start with what I can fit over here. Here I usually put my filters bag, like the big square filters with their filter mount and all of that. I also put some food and a hat if I'm not using it, and some other small things that may come in handy and you want to have quick access to it. Well, in this front pocket you have room for a tablet. It's not going to fit a proper PC, but you have a room for a tablet, and there's other room here where I'm used to put additional clothes such as spare sockets, spare like a wind cover for my torso, and I don't use wind or rain cover for my legs, but I should. That's not for my future self. Buy something like that. But I mean, I use this to fit additional clothes mainly, and it also fits in the tablet pocket. I fit a big power bank because I don't bring the tablet with me, but the power bank is always with me. Everything is now charged via power bank, and it's super convenient to have one. As I said, there's quite some room, but for me, it's barely enough. Let me explain you why. For summertime, I could fit anything that I needed without any particular problem, even though it felt like I was squeezing stuff in. And mind you, I don't always travel with 5 lenses and 2 cameras, of course. But to put all of that, I had to like make miracles on the inside of the bag. I usually travel with 1 or 2 cameras and 3 or 4 lenses. So the back, and of course the drone and all of that. So the photography portion is already covered, and my filter pouch doesn't fit the back of the backpack anyways. So I need to use another pocket. Now, when it's summertime, again, I can make it. Come winter time, everything takes more space. And you also bring a wool hat, you bring your gloves that you may or may not need, but you need to bring them over. And sometimes you may need something specific for rain, for snow and stuff like that. And in winter time, this doesn't fit all of the things that I need. I need to leave something behind if I'm going hiking. And I don't like leaving something behind, photography gear behind, to make room for the stuff that I need. And to be honest, this could have been fixed very easily. Let me show you how. Like, you see this front pocket over here, right? I told you it's opened like that. Okay. If they only made this, go all the way around and have some additional fabric to make this expand, not much, but like 3-4 centimeters in a like expedition mode, this would have fit everything that I would ever need. This would have been perfect because the shape itself of this is great. For hiking, it's not too big, it's not too big, it's not too small, it is perfectly comfortable, and we'll talk about comfort in a bit. So it just comes short for something that would have been so easy to do. Now, as a hiking backpack, this is quite comfortable. I've been hiking a lot with it. I've been hiking a lot with the bag, as I said before, fully packed, and it is comfortable. As all the camera backpacks, there's not too much breathable on the back. It sticks to your back anyways. But to be honest, I've been sweating anyways, even with those separated bags in normal hiking dedicated backpacks. So I decided not to care about it because I sweat anyways. So I'd rather sweat with a more comfortable and a more convenient photography backpack than with a hiking backpack adapted to become a photography backpack. So comfortable is fine. As I said, when it comes to photography backpacks, this is really comfortable. The harness system is done very well. It's very comfortable. I would have loved the shoulder straps to be a little bit wider because for my torso, they feel big enough, but if they were wider, I wouldn't have complained. The height of it is just a little bit short for my size. I am 6 foot tall. and the waist strap doesn't sit specifically on my hips. It goes a few centimeters above it, and since I'm not super fit, meaning that I have a belly, it gets in the way of my belly, or the belly sits on top of it and it look awful. Again, it's my fault. But if it was 2 or 3 centimeters longer than that, it would have been basically perfect, and I mean perfect. Now, as I said, you can fit a lot of stuff, but when the backpack is super full, meaning like weight really high, the comfort goes down. Like everything, if you just fit too much, it fits, but it goes beyond what it's designed for, and it's something to be expected. I'm not really complaining about it, but just if you're buying this and you like make it super full, the comfort goes down. And I guess probably what I was kind of complaining before, like this being a little bit thin, not wide enough, and all that adds to that. But when it comes to comfort, we also talk about convenience, and for convenience, the Flipside mechanism is one of its main selling point, and is again a clever design, but inferior. Because when you start doing that, you realize that, and you've seen it on the screen, but what happens is you're basically, since the backpack goes this way, all the weight is basically sitting on the waist strap, okay? And you're pulling that in the front. This doesn't make me feel comfortable to just leave it alone. So what I always do, I put my leg below it to just help sustain the weight. You can easily access your stuff. To open the back, it's super easy when you have it like this. Oops, sorry. You have it like this. You can easily open the back. Problem is, you take something out, one of your hands has something, okay? Now you have to close the thing with just one hand, unless you have a way to leave what you just took and use two hands. And what happens is that the shape of the zipper goes wild, so it's not easy to do it one-handed. So you start fiddling a lot with it, trying to make it work. And after a few times, I just gave up on doing that. So while I bought it also for this selling point, I just realized that I don't like doing that, and I haven't used it that much. Again, if you go with a lighter setup, it is probably not gonna do it. But the way I use it, it wasn't comfortable at all in that regard. So, in conclusion, I had very high hopes for this backpack. I know Lowepro. I have a lot of stuff I have had, and I still have a lot of stuff that they made. I'm not concerned about the quality. I was not concerned about the quality, and that got confirmed. And the majority of my high hopes were matched by the backpack. I really like the backpack, to be honest. But it fell short in those things that I need. As you probably know, I hike a lot, and you need that additional stuff that is not just camera gear. And the room that I have was not enough. Now, that's the reason why I got myself this little baby over here, which we're going to talk about in another video. That's the Lowepro Powder BP 500 AW. But again, that's something for another video. So would I recommend this backpack? If you're my size and you don't need too much room for additional stuff, definitely yes. The Flipside 450 is a great backpack. I really loved it. If you don't bring that much camera gear and you just go around with just one camera and 2 or 3 lenses, I would also suggest to evaluate the smaller version of it, which is the 350 or even the 250, because of course it's going to make everything smaller, and if you don't use a lot of additional equipment, the room that you have with those is probably going to be fine. So the only concern, the only thing that is pushing me to sell this, despite the fact that I like it a lot, is the room for additional stuff, because I also use it as a travel backpack, and again, cannot fit that much. I need modularity. That's it for today. Thank you. Subscribe, leave me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about the backpack. Let me know if you have any questions on stuff that I may have not touched on this review. And let me know if you want something specific for me to test on the other backpack. Because again, I will use it, and then I will definitely push a review out of it. That's it. Ciao, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.